Hello, welcome back to the Monkey Nut Punch podcast, your weekly dose of gaming news, geek culture, chaos. I'm Gareth, and that's Keith. And you know what? The AI even refers to you now as that.
Because it knows I don't like it.
Yeah. It's quite funny. We've got some news, lots of news and bits. So, Keith, what have you been up
to? Not a huge amount. Working and going to the gym. That seems to be my life right now. I watched a few things here and there. I watched Ludwig. That's back. That's good. I like the fact that's back.
I haven't watched that. I forgot.
So Ludwig is back. I caught up with the Silo. Yeah, that's been my life.
Not so
quiet week.
I watched the Silo, caught up with Reacher, watched Ted Lasso, and started watching a TV series called Mr. In Between, which feels like the Australian version of Breaking Bad, about a guy called Ray.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, it's on Disney. It's quite good actually. I was watching it and I went through the first series quite quickly, and I enjoyed it. It was it's really well done. And good to watch. But we got some news and stuff to go through. So, without further ado, I think we should go to our first story. You know what? Because it's Doctor Who.
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
Ironic for BBC. Just when you thought the TARDIS was safely parked in the garage during all its BBC overhaul chaos, David Tennant's out there reminding everyone that you can never truly lock up away the 14th. Speaking about the current limbo state of Doctor Who as the BBC puts the series out to tender for a new production partner, the franchise's icon addressed whether we'll ever see his big rated 14th Doctor again, given that we were left on a chilling Earth with Donna Noble's family chilling on Earth, sorry, with Donna Noble's family and his own very spare TARDIS. Tennant admired, it's hard to imagine where it would end, leaving the door wide open for a potential return once the show settles behind the scenes future. Did you hear what Mark Gatiss said?
No.
He said, leave it alone. Wait until the people who grew up with the current run of Doctor Who, the second run of Doctor Who, have grown up, and then let them write the third run of Doctor Who. Because they had their thingy, put it in the wilderness years for a period of time, and when they've grown up, they can then put their love into it and do the next version of Doctor Who, which will give us something new, something exciting, and it should, we should wait to see that. And you know what? Fucking agree with him. Absolutely agree with him. Let it rest. You fucked it. You absolutely fucked it terribly. It makes what happened to Colin Baker, the thing with Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy look mild. It makes the original cancellation look mild. It's the whole thing with tender. It was originally when McCoy's era ended. It was also put out to tender too. And it never happened until 96, 95 when the US got their hands on it. So hopefully that'll happen. And I do like the idea of another generation doing Doctor Who, if that makes any sense. Yeah, because the ones who did Doctor Who grew up on the original Doctor Who, and the ones who did the third Doctor Who grew up on the second iteration of Doctor Who. And I think something feels quite nice about that logic, if that makes any sense.
Yes, I mean it's in such a state. I wish the BBC would learn from this, and I don't think they will. And that kind of makes me sad. Yes, it's out for tender. It didn't need to go out to tender. It was once one of the tentpole programs of the BBC, but their various bosses screwed it, and
done with other stuff.
And yet most of them are still in place, in jobs, and it's obvious to anyone that can see it. But they'll come up with every single excuse under the sun as to why it wasn't their fault, but it was. And it makes me sad. I mean, I saw an AI clip of the somebody created an AI clip of the 14th Doctor reappearing on Gallifrey, and it was better than anything I've seen in the last 5 years. And it was actually particularly good AI, although the AI had used David Tennant's real accent, so every now and then he sounded quite Scottish. But actually, it was more exciting and reunited because I wish they'd done more Gallifreyan episodes. That was the one thing I was always critical of. They didn't do enough with Gallifrey. And, you know, Moffat brought it back and then sort of forgot about the fact that he brought it back. I mean, he did bring it back in Heaven Sent, which was a great episode, but he could have, you know, done more with it. That did more for me than Doctor Who has done in since Capaldi left. And actually, I was talking to somebody the other day about the River Song episodes, and do you know what? That the Husbands of River Song, I still love that episode, even though it was looked down upon. It's still one of the best sort of River Song moments when she doesn't know it's the Doctor, and she just has that realization. And he just turns around to her, and Capaldi delivers it so well, and he's just, "Hello, sweetie," and it's such a lovely ending. And we haven't had Doctor Who episodes like that since. We haven't had Doctor Who episodes with lovely endings. They always had this intent. You know, that they had to tell a political story. They had to send a message. They had to say something other than just telling a lovely story. And this is the problem with the BBC in general at the moment. I mean, you look at the BBC is meant to be, you know, is meant to have independent journalists. Yet in the last few years, most of their hard-hitting independent journalists have left, started up their own bloody podcasts, or you know, gone to other stations where they can speak their mind, and they all speak the same. You know, they're all one political view, and when you all think the same way, it stifles creativity. Yeah.
It's always previously, and I think we said to this last week, where Ronald D. Moore was talking about Star Trek and its politics, yeah. But he said we'd show you the politics, so we wouldn't be politically free, but we'd never tell you what to think. Yeah, it was always a case of, here is what it is. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? It's up to you to decide. That's what makes it entertaining, because it allows you to think. Because you can see, like the last minute ballot drop in Battlestar Galactica. Fuck me, the irony of that. There's a last minute ballot drop, but you know why they've done the last minute ballot drop is because they're desperate to make sure they can control the fate and keep everyone safe. So there's some rightness to it, but at the same time too, there's some wrongness to it, because that's not what the people wanted. Yeah, and they never told you one is right and one is wrong. The same with like the trial of Gaius Baltar. Yeah, he gets off, and it's very, and Adama sums it very clearly. Yeah, it's like kind of, you made a case for him. The what do you call it? The fucking convicting part of it didn't make a case.
Yeah,
and because of that, you won. That's it. It's that simple. And it was like, oh, okay, cool. But he never told you it was right or wrong, because you know, like, that dick should not have got away with it, because we know he's got away with other shit too, yeah. But he never told you that, and that's something that seems to be missing from storytelling these days.
But again, it's when they respected the audience. They respected the audience to come up with their own opinion that, you know, was usually right. The problem is, writers today do not respect their audiences. They're all, I mean, you look at Russell T Davies being interviewed, he thinks, the ego of the man that thinks he stands upon this moral high ground, and this is the problem with a lot of writers. I mean, you know, what's his face Star Trek Kluxman. Exactly the same. That's why the two get on. And look at both of their IPs. They are both in the toilet right now. And this isn't me saying this like, as a toxic YouTuber, as I say. This is subjectively correct. Doctor Who currently out for tender. Paramount has no idea what to do with it because both of these showrunners have run these shows into the ground, and they've done it. It's incompetence. It's incompetence and arrogance. And
the other thing is they need to do, and this is probably what helped the original series of Star Trek more than anything else, is to hire people who have actually fucking lived. If that makes any sense. Yeah, it's like the She-Hulk TV show. Yeah, they want to do a law drama. Did anyone in that group go to law school or be an attorney or a lawyer or anything like that? No, they didn't. So instead of doing the sensible thing, it's like we might need to hire someone who, or at least two people who were former judges or judges or lawyers or anything to do with the legal profession, so we can get a proper feel on it and they can sit there and say yes or no and put those things in place. That might work. Maybe even form a fucking law enforcement too, but they won't do that, and that's an issue. And because previously that would be the most logical thing to do, is to have someone with that bit a genre experience or some kind of like actually going out and seeing in the fucking world. But these people are just stuck in their bubbles.
But it's also, I do say the caliber and the intelligence of people writing these days is I don't think particularly great. I mean, it's certainly very, very poor on Star Trek. I mean, people keep going, I can't believe that they cancelled Academy. Look, you take everything out aside, I maintain that the writing for Academy was just spectacularly dumb. And this is, again, a problem because you're right about politics in especially in Star Trek. But you know what? They used to tell more politically moral stories that would echo what's going on in the real world, but they wouldn't tell you, you're right, what to think. They would show you. And that is the difference. I mean, whilst I understand why you have the opinion you do, and as does Mark Gatiss, I tend to think you're probably right because of what's going on in the world at the moment. But, again, I will bang from my same drum. All you have to do is find somebody that genuinely loves that show, and you could probably produce some really good Doctor Who. I mean, Tony Matalis is the living, breathing proof that can happen. Star Trek was in the toilet before Picard season 3, and Picard season 3 had that brief revival, but people were stupid enough not to ride that wave. And Kluxman had too much control, I think. And it's clear that he didn't make Legacy because of his ego. He wanted to make his Academy show, and it got cancelled before its second season was even out. And it wouldn't have got a second season had they not already made it. And again, whoever signed off on that, because it's not, because Kluxman is the public face of all this, he's the one that gets all the grief. And he should get a considerable amount of it, don't get me wrong. But there are people that signed off on him. There are bosses at the BBC that signed off on Russell T Davies. There are these bosses that signed this, right? Where are they? Because they should also be in the firing line. Because they are responsible for these spectacular dumbass decisions. And as to David Tennant running around, I mean, David, whatever stick you've been bashed with, and I suspect I have a feeling I know what it is, but you're not particularly that much better than the rest of them at the moment, some of the stuff that you've come out with recently, and it's not and it doesn't feel sincere. It feels like you are trying to appease somebody. But
all
anyway.
right, let's move on to our next story.
Now we are fucked.
If you're hoping HBO's upcoming Lantern series was going to be a wild, cosmic, outer space opera right out of the gate, showrunner Chris Mundy has come with some news for you. Following a wave of fan pushback at the show's heavily grounded, earthbound setting, Monday is stepping up to defend the decision to anchor Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart in an upscale terrestrial mystery. Whilst comic diehards are worried that we're getting a glorified brown and grey crime drama with Green Lantern rings slapped on top, Monday promises the series is balancing out HBO's prestige detective roots with grand cosmic mythology that fans actually care about. I haven't fucking seen any of that. I haven't even seen any fucking hint of that.
Right, I watched the first episode. I have seen quite a few YouTuber reviews, and I can see why it's triggering them. I know that it's the same person that did The Watchmen, and I know why The Watchmen triggered a lot of people.
The Watchmen was shite.
I will say this. I don't think it is as bad as a lot of people are making it out to be. But it does follow some tropes that are going to trigger people and therefore get negative reviews from it. I will say this, though. I've seen a lot of press recently going, showrunner defends the show. If you have to defend the show after one episode, you've done something wrong. Right? If you keep seeing media stories where this person defends the show, there are enough people out there that are criticizing this online. So, to be honest, it doesn't really matter if I think it's good or not. I don't think it's particularly great. It's not as bad as people are making out. It's that first episode was still more watchable than the whole of Peacemaker season 2. But that being said, yeah, I've just seen defend the show, defend the decision. And if you're going to make a Green Lantern show, seriously, you make a Green Lantern's True Detective show. That's your choice. After everything else that's been going on, you make a downtrodden, Hal Jordan kind of character who, I mean, do you want the spoiler or not?
Go on. I'm not.
So at the end of the episode, Hal Jordan is supposedly dead. I don't think it is. I think because we know that manhunters are in this. Martian manhunters are in this, and they have the ability to change shape. I suspect that's the crux. They also had like a backup of Hal Jordan AI version of him, and they made a lot on that. So I suspect that there's two ways that Hal Jordan can come back to life. So I don't buy that. But I mean. It was more watchable and more interesting. Does it have a girl boss in it? Yeah, kind of. Is it as bad as Critical Drinker made out? No, but I also understand exactly where he's coming from because it feels like he's seen this shit 100 times before. Yeah. And the person that wrote this, I can understand why he wrote his review of it. I don't necessarily feel as strongly as he does about it. But I will say, again, if you have to defend this show like you are, and all the stories seem to be defending the show, then you did something wrong.
Yeah, it's... I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense. If it was Green Arrow doing this, because he's a much more grounded superhero, or street level superhero, would make more sense than Green Lantern. Yeah? The Green Lantern's naturally cosmic in nature. Yeah, and that's the bit that kind of gets me. And if it had been the Green Arrow investigating this sort of stuff, I don't know. It's just this tired, repetitive storytelling where we take the hero and we replace the hero and we don't get to see the hero. And I'm sick of it, and it's a waste of fucking time now. It's a waste of time, it's a waste of money. Yeah, it's like kind of, it's great. I get what you're I understand why you're doing what you're doing, but I think you might be secretly evil. Because you have to your disdain for the viewers and for the history and for everything else, and your want to tear it down indicates some kind of horribleness inside you, your blackened soul that just fucking screams out that everything is wrong, but it's not. So yeah.
It's what you said that a lot, without really heavily going into this politics. It's this hate-filled rage that the left seem to have at the moment over everything. And whilst I can understand the anger, the hate doesn't get you anywhere. And this is what happens. You make shows like this, and it just it's not a happy show. But it's not as bad. I don't think it was as bad as some people have made out, but I don't think it was great either. So, you know.
No, it's gonna, if it's like the Watchmen TV series, it'll get worse.
Oh yeah, I know. I fully expect it.
By the end of it, you'll be like, what the fuck was this shit? Yeah, it's gonna be a complete waste of time. I wouldn't bother with it. Confine it to the dustbin. That's where it needs to go, along with this stupid fucking thing that people have got, where it's like a case of, we just tell a story. I don't want your politics. No one's interested in your politics. This expression, politics is like arseholes. Everyone's got one and no one wants to see it. Yeah. And
True.
it's just do it. I don't get why this kind of, I think streaming is responsible for the breakdown in the quality of what we're doing. Yeah. Where before you had to be quite disciplined because you had to get things done on time. And if you didn't get them done on time, you didn't get advertising money, you got cancelled. Where it's not the same with streaming anymore. And that's been lost, that discipline that they used to have for making TV shows. And yeah, and BBC are just the same ones too. So let's, I can't get my mouse. My mouse is, there it is. Right. We'll have this one on this in a while.
You're a cunt.
That's for you, Keith. From Drax the Destroyer to the Ghost of Sparta, the internet's dream fan casting has officially become reality. Dave Bautista has officially locked in the starring role as Kratos in Amazon Prime's live-action God of War series. In a wild twist of fate, the former WWE Titan is stepping in to take over the mantle from the original star Ryan Hurst after he suffered a severe bicep tear on the set that required surgery and months of rehab. With Amazon ordering 2 seasons up front and refusing to let the production stall until 2027, they have wiped the slate clean and are bringing in Bautista to lead the Norse pantheon adaptation. So I tried to find the clip of Christopher Judge, because Christopher Judge in the game plays Kratos. Does a fucking brilliant job. Absolutely brilliant job. He's got the voice. He is Kratos. And I would have just gone, can we just cover him in ash and make him look like fucking Kratos for all intents and purposes?
The problem is, if they cast him, there would have been a lot of people up in there, because it would have been particularly Black Snape. Look, he does a good voice, but
he's done the mocap, he's done all of it. Yeah. And he turned around and said, he goes, there's a problem that we've got at the moment when it comes to adaptations from video games to TV series or films. He turns around and goes, you'll notice it. He goes, you'll notice it with The Last of Us, you'll notice it with Borderlands, and you'll notice it with God of War. What's happened is God of War, all the games have probably sold over 100 million copies easy. Yeah, 100 million copies of God of War without digital downloads and all that stuff. Yeah, and the writers wrote for all of those games. And then you get TV writers, yeah? Have the TV writers had 100 million viewers for a series? Doubt it. I really doubt it. And they think that they can do a better job than the people who wrote the game. So, and this comes back to that, you need to have people involved who've actually lived something. In this case, lived the fucking God of War experience. And they're not there, yeah? And I was just bringing this up because I watched that clip this week and I can't fucking find it. Do my name. having, I don't think he can do it. I'm going to be honest with you. The other guy looked like he could do it. You could have picked some guys from the Sons of Anarchy. You could have picked matey, who was in the Gentleman film.
Yes,
I know his name. He would have made a good Kratos and whatnot. And it's weird that they started from the Norse part of the mythology and not the Greek part of the mythology, because in the Greek part of the mythology you've got Kratos, and he he loses a fight and makes a deal with Ares to vanquish his enemies, but Ares gets to own his soul after, and Ares tricks him into killing his family, and then he goes on for revenge, and he has his revenge against Ares, and then he decides to have his revenge against all the Olympian gods and wipes them all out with the exception of Athena, and then he disappears up north. And then the idea was that he was then supposed to wipe out the Norse pantheon, then come back down, wipe out the Egyptian pantheon. And by the time he'd done that, he gets a weapon, and he goes from the god of war into the death with the scythe. That was the original path he was supposed to take, but it kind of got hung up here. The last game, people complained at it storyline-wise. They did exactly what they didn't do exactly what they did. They girl bossed it up more in it, and they kind of downplayed Kratos in it. And Thor in it too, and that kind of grated on a few people here and there for that second game, God of War Ragnarok. And it's annoying because the first one's a really good, like, Father's Day kind of story for all intents and purposes. It's about a single dad bringing up his kid, trying to do the right thing. And then you've got this great bit because in the Greek part of it, he has these, they call the Blades of Chaos, which is given to him by, I can't remember if it's Athena or Ares, and they're like blades on a chain that he swings around and just massacres people with, and he digs them up to go and fight the Norse gods, because it's like, well, these killed gods before, I'll use this to kill these Norse gods, and it goes and does that, and it's great. So I'm worried. I think the first series will be good. The second series will be I don't think Dave Bautista can pull it off, though. That's my first problem. He needs to run around with his shirt most of the afternoon in the cold. And Bautista doesn't want to do that anymore. And I don't blame him. He's old man. He's like 50 something. He doesn't be hitting the gym like kind of 4 hours a day for 8 weeks.
I mean, it's an interesting one because the internet. I mean, I've seen a lot of sort of his name brandished around a lot for this. But there hasn't been that many good video game adaptations to a TV show or series or film. So, there haven't been that many good ones.
Yeah, it's annoying because the story is a good story, and because it's a video game, you experience it more than watch it. So they've got this horrible habit of I think Netflix call it second screening. Yeah, the TV is considered the second screen. Yeah, no. If you're considering the second screen, you're doing it wrong. If you can't hold someone's attention, you're doing it wrong. And there's plenty of TV shows that I can put out which are just shit. Yeah. Because they don't hold their attention right, and because it doesn't have network television thing where it's like kind of you've got to hold their attention until the next ad break, because the chance is that they're going to fucking flip the channel over if it gets the ad break and go, no, it's shit. Yeah. And again, it comes back to having that kind of mentality behind things, and it's not good. I don't like it. It's not coherent in order to do it, and it's a good story for you to do it on, and it's like with a book. Yeah, Lee Charles got involved in Reacher, made Reacher really good. Why are you not getting the people who work on God of War to do this?
That is a true statement. That I mean, he did make Reacher better. I mean, I love Reacher the TV series. I'm really enjoying the hell out of it as well. So yeah. Anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah. So I think I'll have.
Say, hold up.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
If you felt a shift in the force after Disney Plus pulled the plug on Wonder Man, Maya Hershey Ali walked away, and Maya Hershey walking away from Blade, you weren't the only one paying attention. Yahya Abdul-Mateen, the second, or I'm assuming it's the second, is officially calling out the Mouse House, pointing out the optics of two high-profile black-led Marvel projects imploding within 24 hours of each other, completely impossible to ignore. Fresh off of receiving an Emmy nomination for playing Simon Williams, Mateen laid it out straight. Disney and Marvel should not be bent over backwards to fix this narrative with real resources. Fix this narrative with real resources rather than holding back behind vague excuses. Oh, it's really simple. What's his mush who played Maya Hershey Ali, Blade, got a story that wasn't about Blade. He wasn't happy with it, so he said no, and he kept on saying no because that's how he felt. And then after a while, he just went, nah, fuck it, and everyone went, yeah, all right, fuck it. Wonder Man didn't have the things, and you know what? You shouldn't have to worry about the optics. If you're worried about the optics for that, then you're racist. Simple. There you go. Job done. Next question. That's true, yeah. Because if you have to consider that rather than the financial implications, which is your fiduciary duty in the States, yeah, all right, or your shareholder responsibility, yeah, which is your duty again to make money because people have given you money to make money, yeah, and you want to sit there and do something instead. No, Wonder Man didn't do it, and his first comment is the best one. I enjoyed making it. Yeah. I've enjoyed watching you guys react to it on YouTube. Yeah. It's a shame, but hey, this is how Hollywood works. If he'd kept his trap fucking shut, it would have worked out a lot better. And he was right the first time round. And the story had been told. You can't go anywhere else with that story. You're pretty fucked. Storyline. You've written yourself in a cul-de-sac.
What, Wonder Man?
Yeah.
I think there could have been a second series.
Wonder Man was not about superheroes. It was about two struggling actors.
True.
That's what was. That was the bit that I enjoyed about it.
I still think it could have been interesting, a second series, but I also understand where you're coming from. I do understand why he's pissed off, though. And I think there's going to be more that's going to come out about that Blade thing, because obviously he's not keeping his trap shut.
Mate, right. So to the guy that Maya Hershey Ali is supposed to do Blade, yeah. We heard the premise for Blade, that Blade was going to be led around by two women, yeah. And it's like, no, you paid me to be the lead. I get to be the lead. I kill vampires. Job done.
The film was about Blade. It was about Blade, and yet it wasn't going to be about Blade, and it was a whole MCU thing where, for whatever reason, every single film had to be strong female character here. It was almost like that is the whole. That was a requirement for every single script in every single Marvel movie. Yeah. And again, when you have these particular stipulations, no wonder your film franchise failed. Don't get me wrong, you absolutely can and should, have, like, shall I say, diversity through your films. And I mean that in the true sense of the word, like different characters, different sexes, different, not all the same carbon copy of each other. But they wanted to do the same trope where they basically emasculate the male characters, and I don't know why they do this. I do not know why they have to do it in every movie. It can be funny once, but when you feel like you have to do it in every single movie, that doesn't make any sense. And I think this is why he left the Blade movie. Just never happened, because he wasn't playing ball. And no one was interested in it. And they knew it would fail. That's why it's not happened. That's why it's fallen to pieces. But it's a shame because he could have been an interesting Blade, and I would have liked to have seen him as Blade. And I think we as real Marvel fans have lost out there, but that's because Marvel lost the plot after Endgame. They just lost the plot. And
Yeah,
we need
yeah.
to face that Spider-Man was not them.
Spider-Man is, how can I put it, an argument between them and Sony, which never gets settled. And I think having that kind of fact that there is kind of some conflict in what they do kind of probably helps them come up with better stories, if that makes any sense. But at the same time, too, don't give a shit about the optics. It's the truth. Yeah. It's like kind of, you start going into this whole thing, and this is what gets you in trouble. This is what gets you. Yeah. It's yeah. As I said, I enjoyed watching him in that TV show. Him and fucking Ben Kingsley were great together, but it didn't need to be a superhero thing. It could have been someone who worked for terrorists or something. Yeah, and that would have worked too. And I would have preferred to watch a TV show about two struggling actors, because that was just easy.
I enjoyed Wonder Man. I genuinely enjoyed Wonder Man. I thought it was great. I mean, I did enjoy it, but
but it wasn't a superhero show. It really wasn't.
Really.
It just happened to have superhero bits in it.
But the two of them on the run could have been interesting. It could have been, again, a different show, not necessarily a superhero show. It could have been a different show with them being on the run. And again, I think I would have enjoyed it because I liked Ben Kingsley's character. And I liked his sort of straight-laced, serious character. And again, I think that could have worked. I So
I felt the story had been told. I'll be honest with you. But
that story have been told was told. I agree with you, but I think there are other stories to tell with those characters that could have been interesting.
All right, yeah. Let's move on to our next story.
My name is Jeff.
Hold on to your red spectacles. Lock up the Oh shit! I've jumped to the previous. Move over, Merc, with the mouth, because Homer's ancient Greek epic just pulls off the ultimate box office takeover. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey has finally sailed past Deadpool and Wolverine to become the highest-grossing rated R movie of all time, costing an astounding $1.352 billion at the global box office. The nearly 3-hour swords and sandals juggernaut isn't just smashing records; it's proving that audiences will flock in droves for an R-rated historical spectacle shot entirely on IMAX cameras. It's shit, though. To be honest,
I wonder when his next movie comes out, depending on what it is, will it suffer? Because yes, it's made 1.35 billion. Spider-Man made a lot of money, right? But some of Spider-Man's money, and it still is, because it's making money off the rewatches. I wonder how much of the Odysseys was rewatch. Because I think that's comparably low. I think everybody went to see it because it's a Nolan film.
Plus, it's in the IMAX thing, so the tickets for IMAX cinema are like double what they would be for regular screens.
I mean, it probably is the biggest R-rated movie. It's not an entirely unsurprising thing, but I think a lot of this is because it's who made the film, not what the film is. And okay, there's going to be people out there interested in the Odyssey because the Odyssey is the oldest story. But I don't really want to go and rewatch this film.
No, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it on DVD or anything at the moment.
Unless I'm doing a kind of study of it, I'd rather, for a particular reason. I can understand why it was so big because it was a Christopher Nolan film and the marketing on it was great and it was heavily marketed as what, but it wasn't his best film I mean, I don't think it's his worst film, but I don't think it was his best. It's certainly not worthy of, Nolan after Batman Begins. After all those other films that he made, there's so many, the Prestige, King, Inception, Interstellar, all of those films, even Dunkirk, are way better. Way better. Oppenheimer is a great film, it's just way too long. None of them are this is not as good as any of those films. It's made a lot of money because we've had a lot of shit out of Hollywood in the last year, and this is a Nolan film. So I think what you've got here is you've got a combination of not having a great year in the cinema. There's been, not like it was a few years ago when we had really good films. I mean, the writer's strike has caused some of this. But there hasn't been an abundance of good films this summer. So to me, I this doesn't surprise me. I'm just not sure it's worthy of it.
Yeah. Basically, it's. I think it's his worst film. I think it's the worst adaptation I've seen of any kind of Greek story of these sorts.
I don't think it's
did you
his
see
worst.
Did you see the interview? I think it is his worst. I think it's his worst because it should be a fucking easy win. Yeah, this should be easy win. Yeah, but he decided to remove the gods part of it, which is the whole thing with Greek, and Roman stories. It's annoying as all hell. What was it? Did you see that interview with the Chinese journalist? There's an interview with him and a Chinese journalist, and she asks him some fucking great questions. And one of them is, why do you feel that in Western cinema that we need to apologize for heroes and great men? Fuck me. It's a great question because it's Odysseus or Ulysses is a great man. Yeah, but he's not played as a great man at all. Yeah, he's the guy who broke the fucking siege of Troy. Yeah, he's the one who came up with the horse. Yeah, he's the one who did what couldn't be done. He's the one who said, you know what, we can do this. He's the one who went, nah, fuck Agamemnon. We're going to go over here, get high off some fucking lotus leaves for a couple of months before we head home, do some shagging and whatnot. He's the one who blundered. And it's like, why do you feel you have to apologize for these things? And it's such a great question because he's absolutely fucking flummoxed by it. You can see him. Yeah. And he just repeats a line that he said to someone else because he didn't want to answer the question. And it's great. It's absolutely great. I think I'll find you a video of it because it is something that shouldn't be. You shouldn't be apologizing for heroes and great people. You should enjoy them. Yeah. But for some reason, because people in Hollywood don't like seeing greatness because it makes them feel inadequate rather than aspire towards something, it's an issue. And it shouldn't be that. And I'm a little annoyed by that. But I don't think it's deserved. I think if I gave me a choice, Deadpool, Wolverine, or the Odyssey, I've seen Deadpool and Wolverine about 5 times. I've only seen the Odyssey once, and I have no plans of seeing it again because it is fucking dull. Sound score is shit on it too. It's the dullest.
He misses Hans Zimmer.
Oh yeah,
he definitely misses Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer.
Tennant had a very distinct sound score, and so did Oppenheimer. But this doesn't.
Yeah, but both of those miss
distinct
Zimmer.
Yeah, distinct is not the same as great. So yeah, and he did kill the conductor at the beginning of Tennant. So let's move on to our next story. Here we go.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
Hold on to your red spectacles and lock up the Declaration of Independence because page 47 is finally about to be revealed. Franchise director John Turteltaub, I hope I've said his name right, has officially confirmed that National Treasure 3 is in active development with a greenlit script, and yes, Nicolas Cage is set to return as the legendary Benjamin Gates, dropping the massive scoop during a live recording of the National Treasure Hunt podcast in Philadelphia. Turteltaub assured fans that Disney had signed off on the screenplay, and then the studio is actively assembling the original cast to steal one last historical prize. I think we need films like this. We were supposed to get an Uncharted. Pardon?
That's why I put this story in here, because I totally agree with what you just said.
We were supposed to get a Uncharted film, and we didn't. They gave Tom Holland a great payday, and what's his mission? Great payday, but they didn't give us an Uncharted film, and that could have filled this niche quite well. We were supposed to get an Indiana Jones film with the Dial of Dysentery, but we got
20 minutes of an Indiana Jones film. We got 20 minutes of an Indiana Jones film.
We just want a fun adventure, and hopefully it'll just be a fun adventure. Don't tell us anything to fucking think, this, that, and the other.
These were pure fast food films, as we refer to them, but they were good fast food films, and we need more fast food films. For those who are listening, Gareth and I did a series of fast food films for a while, and they're on the channel somewhere.
It's a fast food film playlist.
But we need films. We need more films like this. We need more purely entertaining, suspend your brain at the door films like this. We haven't had a fast film for ages, and it's a shame. We miss films like that. I don't need to have serious thoughts about every film I go and see. Sometimes I just want to be entertained.
Yes. And it's funny because the Fast and Furious, it is just literally someone in the production office smashing cars together, and like in the last one, it was like, what if we played Rocket League in Rome?
It's
and it did.
Every kid had a Matchbox car set when they were a kid and smashed them together. That's what Fast and the Furious films have become. And they're great, right? They're very good at that. I mean, I laugh at the fucking car in space thing, but they're not pretending to be anything else except ludicrous films, and sometimes we need that. The kids in us that did play with those Matchbox toys and smash it, sometimes we need that. So again, go on.
I do find it funny because it's with the Fast and the Furious films, you have to remember it's always about family. And they've closed the ride at Universal, which was fucking great. It was really good with the ride at Universal. No, actually, it wasn't good. It was so terrible. It was good. When you come across something that's so fucking bad, when you watch Vin Diesel punch a helicopter, and take it out, you know that someone somewhere's fucked up. And it's a shame because it was fun, and I want fun, and I think this will be. It's not going to do gangbusters. It's not going to do great. As long as they keep the budget sensible, they can make money here, and they can make money like this going forward in the future.
Yeah.
So it's really annoying. My headphones are running out of power. So hopefully it'll carry through towards the end there. So, I think I want to watch a National Treasure 3. I want to have some fun adventures. It's going to be good. And with that, I think it's time to move on. Can I press it? There we go. It's time for the comments. Who gets a gold star this week? Chuck gets the gold star this week. He's in first, followed by Biffa.
Hey, Biffa.
And you know what? I'm gonna ask you to probably email me the specs on your Tesla so I can compare it to my electric car, because I know you like your Tesla, which is fine. What's it we got here? We got. Sorry, late. Busy doing crap on my laptop. Just lurking and listening. Oh, it's Angel. Ignore him. He's not here. every week. And Babster is in the chat.
Hey, buddy, long time no see. How you doing, man?
Which is cool. And then we've got Laurie. Hi,
Hey, Laurie.
Laurie. And everyone's just saying something because everyone's just like yelling at each other. As Biffa says, as a society, when we accept messaging from Doctor Who while the North Korean lamestream media stays silent on the matter, everybody has different views. I know this because I talk to Keith. Sometimes I want to slap him really hard. And I know that feeling is completely and 100% mutually similar. Yeah? And there are bits where me and Keith, we have argued, I mean, full out blown yelling arguments downstairs in my front room because we don't agree. Because neither one of us is technically right in what we say. So it's fine. And it also helps kind of sharpen up. But the one thing you have to remember about Keith is that more often than not, he's wrong.
I knew I was going to say the same thing.
I have more hair than you. Fuck off,
Right.
Chuck.
No, hang on. I think he misheard you. I think he heard you talking about age. What? Can I just clarify? Dave Bautista has said he does not want to do any certain scenes anymore because he's getting old. Bautista said this himself.
Yes.
I think he misheard you. So Gareth was quoting him saying he doesn't want to run around with his shirt off anymore. This is Bautista coming out and saying this. Not Gareth. Gareth was not being ageist.
I won't run around with my shirt off either if that makes you feel better.
Because he'll have to be careful because I'm not exactly getting any younger. It's my birthday next week. So yeah. Anyway.
So yes, it's like, so that's from Chuck, and then Chuck says ran off. Fuck it, my mouse is going crazy. That's better.
And yeah,
age is not a limitation for anyone; it's an opportunity.
Correct.
Depends. It depends. If you're playing a 12-year-old in a school drama, then being 40 is not going to work because it look creepy as fuck. Just saying. Sorry, I couldn't help it. That's just like fuck. Goal was open. I just took the shot. I scored. All right. Sean Connery. Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's not about the age. It's about how it fits in with the character. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Kratos in God of War is old. Canonically, is about 300 years old. Yeah. But he is built like a rather stocky 40-year-old, and that I think is where the problem's going to come in.
I don't know. I mean, I think Bautista still looks pretty ripped. I don't know enough about God of War to have a strong opinion on it, but I know the internet wanted him. But he has come out with these comments. So yeah. Anyway, but I do agree that Sean Connery was an epic older actor.
Yeah, it's all
yeah.
contextually.
Yeah. Your missus is in the house. Hi, Tennant.
I hope she is. She was downstairs last time I saw her. Yes.
I think.
Sorry.
Perhaps there's commenting here in terms of the Odyssey. Look, it's going to be slightly subjective. I don't think it's his worst film. Gareth does. So this is where we disagree. Gareth is wrong. It's fine. I'm joking. I'm not getting into it now. But I don't think it was anywhere near his best. But there we go. It doesn't surprise me it's done well, though. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. We've got Echo. The pink hand thing doesn't.
Hey, Echo. Work. How you doing?
Hello. But yes, and it's like everyone's just saying hello to each other. They're all being polite and cordial. Oh, and it's Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Right, hang on a second. Is Jeff your friend who you play that stupid card game with?
What stupid card game? It's not stupid. It's
Stupid
brilliant.
card game.
And I won last night. Just want to point this one out. But
Well, Jeff probably thinks if you want against Jeff, I imagine he probably thinks it's stupid too now.
well, do
stupid
what I
card
do.
game.
When I yeah, should I do? I won once. Not playing anymore.
That's it. You should quit. That's it. Quit, Keith. Quit while you're ahead.
That's it. I'm gone.
I was never beaten after that point, even though technically you never played a game.
No. It's way too competitive. You'll hunt me down. Anyway, what was he say? I think the National Treasure films does a decent job getting people into history. That is true. I remember Googling things from the film to distinguish between fact or fiction after watching it. But that's a fair point. I did the same with Indiana Jones. Didn't Google at the time. I actually had to go to a library. Not showing my age.
He had the internet for 1 hour. It was in black and white.
Yeah. It was on a BBC computer, WAP. But WAP, I remember that.
That was phones.
But no, I agree with you. But
access protocol.
the National Treasure films were like, I enjoyed them, and I'm not an American. And I mean, history, but but they were good. They were good.
They're exciting.
I've been slightly facetious there, by the way. Yeah.
Hi, Steve.
I think I think this is a slight omission. Yeah, but I still have more hair and I'm better looking and way older. I wouldn't say you're way older. I wouldn't disagree with the other two.
Hang on, we jumped a load of comments.
No,
look, angels, like, geez, always on the ignore list.
You're not on my ignore list, Angel. He's just a twat. I had to think about that on the thinkers. It's not the age, it's the mileage. Yeah, that's fucking true.
Your fucking knees say that.
And Gareth says yes. Sorry, Gareth. Chuck says yes. The role does choose the actor. Yeah, I agree. With that.
Because you couldn't have Sean Connery in his 60s playing Harry Potter. Just saying, it would be entertaining as fuck to watch, but it wouldn't work canonically. All right, I'm just saying.
You know, when he's typed that, he's done his evil laugh. You just know it.
Oh, he's chuckle. Oh dear.
What? Don't look. Spoilers. But yeah, he's right.
Fucking imagine. When you come back to the UK, I'm going to get you into painting Warhammer miniatures, and then you're fucked.
He is into painting Warhammer miniatures.
Is he?
And he does a really good job. I tell you what, that is a fucking skill. I don't care.
It is a skill.
It is a fucking skill, and I don't have the hand
what's
to
the
do that.
What's the difference between a Warhammer 40k fan and a crack addict? A Warhammer 40k fan won't suck dick to get the next fix. And that's only because they get chucked out of the store. That's for a Warhammer 40k fan. Oh, no. Oh, Angel. Hang on a second. Hang on. I need
See,
to
yes, yeah, he is. What is black and runs through the forest screaming? Come on, Paul. Sons of...
A burnt forest ranger. And let's bring the music now.
Right. What are we covering first?
We've got
week?
2 trailers.
Oh, we have.
We've got one I'm really excited for, and another one I'm tentative about. So let's start with the one I'm really excited for, which is it's Schlawoshish. I've already watched this trailer with the missus, but we'll watch it here. Okay.
What are you doing?
What are you doing in my garden? And you say, no, this is my garden, and we improvise from there.
What do you want?
Do you know anything about why my slow horses keep turning up dead?
just a coincidence.
Coincidence, yeah, but it's pretty hard to lock yourself in a shipping container. You didn't piss anyone off other than me recently.
Oh, shut up. You can leave the way you came.
It's all right to come through the house.
No.
Well, I came in through the house.
What is happening?
There's a list with all our names. Anyone who's ever worked at Slough House is being targeted.
It's a bloodbath.
Why are we just sitting here?
Pick up the others. Head to the safe house.
Please come with us.
I haven't been in touch for months. Sure, I'm not actually needed.
No, I'm afraid you are.
I cannot emphasize this enough. Stay dark, yeah? No phones.
Yeah.
What don't you understand about going dark?
What are you doing here?
Business.
He can definitely pull off the
choose.
tux.
Because they're Chad River.
No one is unaccountable, Diana. There are going to be consequences.
There's a way out of this mess. But you've got to start bloody listening.
You'd burn a city down to save face, wouldn't you?
Depends what city.
Now, come on, we're spies. We've all faked our own death at one time or another.
Hello, River.
Oh, shit.
So, I love Star Horses. Really,
I love it
love
too.
that show.
I'm looking forward to it
I'm
coming
thinking. I'm trying to think who's setting them up. Who would? And the only person I can think is I can't. I'm sure Duffy didn't die at the end of season 4.
In the books, he dies. Here, it was implied he didn't.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's Duffy. But you could be right. You could be right. She's definitely got. I mean, she's coming back. She's definitely got something to do with it. She's fishy. It's all a bit fishy.
Did you notice whose house was their safe house? It was fucking Diane Tavernish's house. That's gonna be great. Oh, we're gonna get these. Mush Jackson's gonna leave some shit there. So it's like, yeah, they've succeeded in places where regular MI5 storyline wise has failed. So the question is it all of them that they've pissed off, or is it some of them?
Yeah, the irony is they are idiots, but at the same time they're actually capable, and it's not always down to good luck. They you know, they win the day. It's not always good luck. I mean, picking what's his face is an extremely good spy, as is River, as is Cavendish, but she's just an alcoholic. So they've all got issues that sometimes get in the way of them being good spies, but actually most of them are pretty good spies. They just fuck up because of personal issues.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. But I love Slow Horses, and you know, I love all the characters. It's going to be interesting after where what's his face season left off with the feet. Whether they come back onto that or not. But yeah, no, I thought the trailer was great. It made me laugh, and I'm really looking forward to it because I like you, love Slow Horses. So yeah,
Slow Horses, great. This is the one I'm not too sure about.
I do like Francis. I like him.
Is that you?
I do.
Yes. Ooh. That makes that me. In that Francis.
Some fucking nice cars there.
What rowing position are you going for?
Missionary, I guess.
That's Jensen Button.
That's much.
Hey, I like, yes. Ren, stop! Keep it tight, Thomas!
2,031 brake horsepower.
Oh my god. 3, 2, 1!
GTO.
Absolute hellfire! Where's the jet? Holy shit!
Hey, now.
Okay. No.
That was a Tesla. Was that a Tesla?
I think it might have been.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Start pulling. James, keep tension.
I'm tense as hell.
I'm gonna watch this because I like Francis. What's his face? I love his enthusiasm. There is a slight. I do think he's playing a slight character on YouTube, and I think we're going to see the more real side of him. But he is meant to be a huge petrol head, and I think he is. I mean, he's a massive steam train nut job, and if he can bring that enthusiasm to a car show, he's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's not going to be Clarkson, Hammond, and May, so it's not going to be those three. But who's to say we can't enjoy three new people dicking around in cars and. There is something about that lad, and the other two, I'm going to give it a go. And then we'll go from there. He don't like your Tesla, so is he that right? He thinks his Audi is better. Are you sure?
I don't know. I have to find out what Tesla you're driving.
I'm going to give it a go. It's still going to be more watchable than half the crap on TV right now.
So we've got some bits to talk about.
Yes.
Actually, hang on a second. Do you know what? Because we can't do the t-shirt thing, but we can. And it's only because what Biff has said. That's the only way I can reward him. I can't hand him a t-shirt or anything. We've got to talk about. We've got Ted, Lasso, Silo, and Reacher, and I caught up on Reacher, so I'm all up to scratch on that.
You were right about. Well, we're both right about. Let's go on to Reacher first. We were right about the dodgy Asian chick. I mean, she was it's like halfway through. I was like, oh, she is up to it. Up to the neck in it. She really is. And then that nice little bit at the end where she freaking. It was like, yeah, okay, so she's dodgy. She's dodgy. So I mean, the way she seduced him in the third episode, it was kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit too fast moving because usually he saves it for the end of the season. It sounds odd. Towards the maybe the penultimate one. We might not get through this, but it's I think that the wife is up to something. The Asian chick is up to something. The senator knows more than he's letting on. I'm going to call him John Daggett, which was his chief of security, because that's the guy who played in X-Files, the one who leapt off. Because as soon as I saw that scene, I went, he's jumping off the fucking side of the building like that. I just like kind of, excuse me, Mr. the head of staff, because we need to talk to you about the splat. Oh, fuck. He's drinking at 9 o'clock in the morning. There's something clearly wrong. So yeah,
I'm really enjoying Reacher. It's a bit like, it's very fast food, but you know what? It's watchable. It's entertaining. It's very masculine. And Reacher kicking the shit out of somebody every now and then. Why not? Why not?
Yes.
It's just watchable. It's just watchable and enjoyable.
There was the bit? There was a bit where they're going through the boot of the other copper's sister's car, and the black copper says to him, "What she say?" She says something to him, and it was really nice and made that character really endearing and made me kind of gravitate towards her. Now it's just like, kind of, don't you fucking hurt her. I like her. She's nice. And
the copper.
Yeah.
No, I like the copper. I like the copper.
She did that, and then that's the bit where I was like, I really like you now, because that was the right thing to say at the right time. Because at the beginning you had her and a partner, and you kind of like, oh, it's one of those fucking, Jobsworth sort of people. That's the impression they kind of got. But it seems to be changing, which is good, because that means the character's evolving and changing. the brother, he's got to be able to kind of calm down a bit, just in regards to what's going on. So yeah, it's good. I still have no idea what the fuck is actually going on.
Well, the end of episode 4, it implies that the Asian chicks, the chicks from Malaysia, killed his nephew. So, but what's behind them? Because there's something behind them. He doesn't every season, does he?
Once a season, he does. Yeah.
Did he actually? Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Just before they got on the boat last season.
Yeah. I was just trying to remember if they actually got together. But look, there's more to this. We're 4 episodes in. I kind of like the conspiracy theorist nut job guy as well. He makes me laugh. I'm just enjoying the hell out of it.
Nearly, she had to turn up. I imagine she'll turn up second to last episode.
To launch her season.
But it should be nice because if we get like every 6 months a Neegly or a Reacher, that would work for me. Because entertainment there. I'm still pissed that I forgot the fucking Ludwig is on. Absolutely.
You can watch it afterwards. I enjoyed the shit out of that as well. We got 2 new. So the really annoying woman, actually, I generally didn't like, has gone. As has the lad, only because he's got a job in the Pit, which is that American medical drama that's doing really fucking well at the moment. And actually, it is quite good if you like medical shows. The Pit is quite good. But I really enjoyed that. I will not ruin it for you. But it is obviously a slightly different dynamic, but more of the same.
Yeah. Should we talk about the Silo?
Yes. So
Silo's actually moving along with a speed that I'm happy with.
Yes.
It feels like it's just only taken 3 seasons to get to the actual speed that will make a story really interesting. The Grey Goo episode, I like the term Grey Goo because if you go onto Wikipedia and you list the types of possible apocalypses, Grey Goo is on there, and you probably know it through the Von Neumann probe problem, where the Von Neumann probes, but Grey Goo is just where you get out of control or replicating nanites that just destroy everything and turn everything into grey goo. So I liked that reference there. And then you could see the big drills, and he was like, "Oh, you could just 50 drills, be easier. It's going to cost you more to bring them up, fix them up, and put them back down again." And it's like, okay, fair enough. So we'll do that with the drills. And it's weird because the way you described the character, the Donald Rumsfeld style character in it, it sounds like that person's been split into 3 parts.
Yep.
You've got the Tom Hanks's son. I can't remember his fucking name. Tom Hanks's son, the senator, and then you've got there's the other guy who's kind of like the super loyal person. So it's kind of weird because I feel like he should be the one that looks like the character, and those two should be an amalgamation of the character's aspects put together.
The journalist character is actually in the book is the daughter of the controlling senator. So they use the sister and her to control him. Here, I think they're going to kidnap the journalist, or they're going to somehow persuade her. The sister's already in there. At the moment, the senator character seems more mundane, and it's the Elon Musk-esque character that is the protagonist.
Yeah.
It was a good episode, and it is moving at a much nicer pace. I liked the bits in Silo 17. I liked the bit of an arsehole character by the end, really sort of sympathising
was it?
and I liked that.
Did you notice that the kid that was locked away in the bunker had shaved his beard and cut his hair so he wouldn't get confused with the other guy from their solo? Because we were like, looks the same. And then he gets to the thing and I was thinking, it's going to be really confusing with two people who look almost the same. And then the fact that he shaved all the bits and had a haircut and whatnot, was like, actually, that was a really good move because I would have confused you.
But that was also to show that he had a purpose now. I mean, visually, he's looking after the kids and he's getting on with the kids. And it was nice to see that. And I like, the bit about his mother and, the arsehole guy initially being a bit of a dick, but then coming around to it and actually sympathizing. It was a watchable episode. The head of IT bitch, she has got to die.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she has got to die.
Yeah.
She is now just at the point of being so freaking irritating and so stupid that she's got to go. Because even her motivation is dumb. And she's got to go. She's got to go. But obviously Juliet's up to something. So look, I'm enjoying it. It's got better as the season's gone on. Because at the beginning I was annoyed because it looked like they'd just done a gender swap, but actually what they're doing is quite interesting. I kind of, it's actually more plausible than the book, bringing in an Elon Musk-esque character. And now the gender swap makes slightly more sense. More sense. And actually the relationship with him and the journalist again is better than the book with him and the daughter. That didn't work as well in the book as it does here with the journalist. So again, I don't take back what I said because I am annoyed about these things, but here it's making more sense now. Yeah. But I enjoyed that as well. So that was quite good TV this week.
Yeah, that was good. Did you watch Ted Lasso?
Of course I did. I have to have my weekly dose of Ted Lasso.
It was and I was complaining that they hadn't brought the characters in. They brought one new person in, the centre back lady, and they showed us Danny Rojas's sister, which we thought she was going to be part of the team, which was a big fucking red herring. And so he taught me everything. He goes how to cook, how to clean, because how to repair this, how to do software engineering.
What made me laugh is she really is the sister of the actor, like in real life. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. Which I again quite liked. So they generally are brother and sister. They are bringing characters in because the actress with the kid that does the tryout, she is actually quite a well-known actress. She's been in quite a lot.
She was in Andor.
She was in Andor, yes. She was.
And she was in Doctor Who, the Christmas special with Nick Frost.
Yes. She's been in quite a few things. So yes, she is a character. They are bringing in characters in the team now. I think you'll see it more and more over the time. I think they are building characters within the team. I kind of liked Rebecca's sort of B storyline.
She's pregnant.
Yeah.
She's pregnant. That's why she's tired. Well, think about it. They've been shagging every fucking opportunity they get, even though in the previously established she couldn't. That would give her a kind of happier thing. Plus, it fit with, employing women is always the concern that they get pregnant, blah, 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 and how they deal with that, which will kind of fit storyline-wise, which I'm not too opposed to.
I like that relationship. I like the relationship with her. I like Maeve from the pub having more of a... Again, I was worried that this was going to be stereotypical with surprise women. But actually, May's reaction to all of this makes a lot of sense, and again, because I like May's character, I've known pub landlords like her. My auntie is one. she will be Maeve in a few years' time. She's not that old, so she won't, and I mean that nicely, she will not, forgive me if I say, she's still young, younger. She's younger than my dad, so she's still young, comparably, but she'll be like Maeve. She is exactly like Maeve in many ways, and I respect that, because she's my favourite auntie. I'm like, look, again, a lot of people seem to be really shitting on Ted Lasso. It's feel good. This is the problem. Why take a shit on something that makes you feel good? And that's what Ted Lasso does. It's harmless.
If next week they introduce another character to add to the team, I'll be happy, because I need that team dynamic which you had, which it's missing at this point in time.
I get where you're coming from, and I agree with you. But that's a genuine. But you're not taking you're not saying, "Oh shit, it's lost its way" or anything. You're still being positive about it, but you have a valid point. Right now, the team's not there, the characters are not there, and what made seasons 1 to 3 good was the team as much as anything else. Hang on, she ain't my auntie. She's my mum. she's more than an auntie. She's like my other mother, and she knows it. Anyway,
it was always, I was worried that it was going to take, especially because they didn't start off with him coming to Richmond, and we had the episode of it in the States. I was worried that it would take a while to get going, if that made any sense. And it looks like it is, but it's not doing anything wrong, if that makes any sense too. It's going, I can see where it's going. Should be happy with it. Keep the humor there. Still loved like that previous week with fucking Roy and the fucking with the team dressing room story. And I did like the thing with poor Keely with the kits, where she gets a little box about Yay Big. I was like, what the fuck? And she's like, no. But at the same time, too, these things happen. I do think Higgins is going to figure out how to make it financially viable. I think that's his arc for it. It sounds awful. It's like weird. It's quite a boring one. I'm the one who made the fucking money work for this. But it needs to. It's this piece of TV. We know it's the women's team. We know it's gonna entertain. It should entertain me. Should make me laugh. Should make me feel good, etc. That's what it's there for. It doesn't matter. It's not the men's team.
It's doing that. It's avoiding tropes that are fake and there for other reasons. What it is doing is trying to tell a genuine story. I slightly disagree that women's football is that downtrodden. Arsenal women, the British women's team won the fucking World Cup. And a lot of people, include a lot of men, cheered when that happened. So there is a stigma attached to women's football.
Can I just point out what the stigma is? The stigma is every time, like I said, that the US women's football team who won the World Cup a while back, they played some 13-year-old boys, and they got hammered like 12-0.
I know.
There is like a level of ability and whatnot, and I think it sounds awful. I don't think women are as interested in football as men. I think that's probably the biggest fucking reason that women's football is like it is. Because if they were the same level of engagement, then you'd probably have the same kind of thing. It's like a cultural thing. For example, you get like kind of really good runners from like fucking the West Indies, because it's part of their fucking culture. You're not going to find, and this is, and you'll recognise what I'm saying, a bobsleigh team from the West Indies.
Well, stranger things have happened. You had one from Jamaica.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a one-off. It continued. I funny enough, I have an acquaintance who I know who was on the British bobsleigh team the year that Jamaica sent their first team to the Olympics, and he has got pictures of various Olympics that he attended after that with them there. He's friends with some of them.
Right, hang on a second. Laurie, when you say I like basketball more than football, I'm assuming you mean American football and not what the rest of the world colloquially calls football. And I completely understand it, because if I had to pick between basketball and football as a spectator sport in the States, I would probably pick basketball. It's faster and more fluid. As the thing.
I'm not the biggest. I'm an Arsenal supporter, but I'm not the biggest football thing. If we're talking purely about spectators, I prefer rugby over football, and Formula One is my top sport, which most people know. But it doesn't stop me cheering on Arsenal. I have watched a few ladies' football matches. They are not as fast as the men's, but I do think there's a stigma attached to female football. But again, what I'm trying to say is Ted Lasso so far hasn't gone down those tropes. The only thing I would argue is that I don't think it shows female football is there isn't the interest there. There is more interest now in women's football than there has been. And Ted Lasso implies there's none, and that there is. That's not strictly true. But I think it's doing it for the story, because you know that Richmond at the end will triumph. So I think it's doing it to tell a good story, not to go down that trope route, if you like. But there was more than one character introduced, because you got the striker, the new striker girl as well. Who?
Yeah, but we don't know that much about her as a character. We know about her relationship, but not as much about her as a character. Yeah. As soon as we know that, then she will. But when you got the mum, and it kind of, you just saw her, because the thing was like there's a conflict between her and the others, and it's okay, fair enough. We'll figure out where that came from. We'll get shown where that comes from later. And then you got the mum, and you got to see the kid and thingy, and she was just thrilled that she got to spend the day playing football. And that was like the really nice bit about it, was the fact that she was like, kind of, you know what, I don't care. I enjoyed myself. And the funny thing is, you saw that she was the team captain when she came on and stopped the two Irish girls from fighting each other. That was the first point of call. It said, knock it off, yeah. And that's the mum aspect coming out, yeah, of kind of having to deal with kids and whatnot. And I liked that. That gave me a nice character. The other one, she's kind of okay. We know she wants to play football. There's more to her than that. We haven't got like a Jamie Tart kind of character there at the moment, or because the reason he's not in the series is he had the perfect character arc, from this arrogant prick to this guy who turns out to be kind of, understanding and whatnot, and reconciles with his, alcoholic father and this, that, and the other. After his alcoholic father realizes he's got a problem after being kicked out of the fucking Wembley dressing room after their FA Cup thing. I want more like that. I don't care if it comes from women. I just want more like that, and it's fine, because you told me what you were doing at the beginning of the season. Yeah, if you'd have told me he was coming back for the men's team and then fucking did this to me, I would be disappointed. But
it hasn't done the tropes. It hasn't done. It's avoided that, and that's good writing. That's good writing. Anyway, I'm enjoying the show. The shows that I've watched this week, I've been very positive about, and Ludwig is back, which I also enjoy, and you need to watch it, so go watch it. But anyway, I think that's the perfect place to put a positive bear on this, and
positive bear on this.
Yes, because next week it's my birthday. It's gonna have to be nice to me. You have to agree with me. I'm old man, Gareth. You gotta be nice to me. I'm an old man next week.
How old are you? 50? What?
Fuck off, 50. I'm not there yet. Just rude. Bye, everybody.
Had to do it.
Goodbye.
To do it.